Hey, just want to let you guys know in the beginning of this video that my rules for the make me dye my hair pink challenge thing, whatever, have changed. I've decided that it's just gonna be get my channel to 100 subscribers by the end of April. But the 100 likes and views on that last video would still be nice, so I don't know, go watch that if you want some embarrassment from me. Anyway, yeah, just something to know, and onto the story. So since it's the month of spooky, how many times have I started the video by saying that? It's literally March. So anyway, this is a story of probably one of the scariest nights of my life. This was really terrifying. I told it on my last channel, but I don't know why I never brought it back here. I brought many stories from that channel over to here. This story takes place in the summer of 2018, so it's been a bit. So during the summer, I had a habit, or especially of 2018, I had a habit of staying up relatively late. That didn't really end until a couple of years ago, but well, it kind of started back up again. Whoops. But okay. So, but anyway, so this night I was up where my mom lives. So, a little backstory on where she lives. She doesn't really. How do I describe this? She doesn't live in a house. She doesn't really live anywhere. She basically just lives out in this little shack in someone else's yard. They allow her. I don't. It's hard to describe. I'll just say I was basically up where my friend's house because he also lives there. It's one big mess that I don't know how to describe. But anyway, so I was there. It was about 2 in the morning. It's relatively late. It's summer. It's dark. Not cold. Was it? I don't remember. But anyway, it's dark. Dark. Nighttime. Summer. And they live in the woods, okay? Or there's like a giant patch of woods right behind their house. Like, pretty big, okay? So, I don't know if you guys know about woods and, like, I don't know, dark woods. They're pretty creepy. They're pretty scary, okay? I think everyone can agree with me there, and if you can't, you're a liar. So, anyway, there's nothing really too inherently creepy about the woods itself. It's just, not knowing what's there. So, I was chilling out on their back porch with my mother and her boyfriend, and I think my friend, he was also there. So it's all of us, okay? And my mom's like, I'll be right back. I gotta go do whatever she was going to do. And of course, her boyfriend came with her. And my friend was like, I'm gonna go inside for a second. I need to go do this, get some. I think he's got something to eat. It took him quite a while. Think about it, but whatever. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden. But so anyway, they all leave. It's just me out on this back porch. There is like literally only a light on this porch, and it's like just entirely pitch black in the woods. Everywhere is dark. Okay, and I'm like kind of getting a little unnerved. I'm looking around, checking my surroundings. Like, I don't know, I think I'm like, am I alone? All right, so I'm just looking at these woods. Okay, and I hear the sound of leaves crunching and like sticks and twigs breaking, and I'm like, that's a little strange. It's probably just an animal, though. Oh, why am I so tired? Oh my god. So, I hear leaves and stuff breaking. And I'm like, it's just an animal. It's fine. Okay. And about like 5 minutes go by or something. No one comes back yet. By the way, it's still just me. And these footsteps that are crunching on leaves is getting closer. And I can hear that there's multiple of them, more than like just like 2 pairs of feet. So I'm like, okay, it's either an animal on 4 legs, which would make sense because most woodland creatures are 4-legged, or it's a bunch of creatures that walk on 2 or 4 legs. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to go see. I did go see eventually, but so I hear this and I'm like, okay. And the thing that really cued me into something being wrong here was I started hearing people talk in the woods, like they were like trying to whisper themselves, and one of them like turned on a flashlight for like a second, and it was like I heard the one was like, "Dude, turn it off." Dude whispered, "Turn it off." I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, what the hell?" So I was like, "Okay, these are people in these woods. They obviously shouldn't be here because they're trying to be quiet about their presence." So I'm like, "Okay, all right, that's cool." And back in the day, and still now, because I live in a pretty dangerous area. I carry a weapon on me everywhere I go. I had at the time I think I was carrying this like big ass knife. Okay, so I had this huge knife on me, and I was like, I'm pretty badass. I'll go see what's up. I I still have this mentality. Like if I hear someone moving around our yard or something, or a threat, I choose fight. But don't do that. Trial not a good idea. It probably gonna get me killed one day. So life lesson here. Don't like most of the time. Don't choose fight. You should like I don't know, call the police or something. Don't take care of the problem yourself. I just got lucky. But anyway, so I get this knife. I have it like held in my hand. I'm like I'm gonna go see what's going on here. Okay. And I didn't want to turn on my flashlight to like let them know I was coming. So like I sort of like crouch down. I slowly move into these woods. This giant knife in my hand. I'm like, I'm gonna die here, or they're gonna die here. Someone's gonna probably die. So I'm slowly moving. I'm like listening to everything. I'm like, okay, where am I going? By the way, in 2018, I was 14. So just let me know. I was 14. A scrawny 14-year-old. So like, I don't know. One dude could probably take me down, let alone like if there was like three or four. Not for not. Especially if there was none. So I'm silently, quote, mostly silently, I do step on a couple leaves because I can't see what's below me because I don't have a light. Going through these woods looking for these people. And I get pretty deep into it. I'm like in the middle or so, and I'm like, okay, where are they? And where am I? Because again, I still couldn't see where I was going. I was just following what I knew was the path. And I heard them speak again. I don't remember what they said, but they were speaking, and they were relatively close because they were trying to whisper, but I could hear it pretty well. So I'm like, okay, that came from my left. All right. So I start slowly sneaking over to my left. And as I'm going, I hear their talking get louder. And eventually I see that there is a little light. So they had a little tiny light. And I can like see into their little group. By the way, they're sitting in this clearing, okay? And I can see into their little group. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm just kidding. My cat jumped off my bed. Sorry. But I'm looking into this group, and there was three of them, okay? And I think the weirdest thing about this is they looked like they just came off the set of a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like I don't know, like it was just their clothing. They looked like they were trying to cosplay pirates, and I was like, it's really strange. I didn't see any weapons on them. I don't know if they had any, but I'm looking at them, and I'm like, okay, I've gone this far. What do I do now? So I grab my phone out of my pocket, turn on the light, still facing the ground, and I'm like, okay, I'm hiding myself up at this. So after like 10 seconds of that, I stand up, I shine a light to him, and I yell, I'm like, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? And they all turn at me and look at me. And like, I have a light in my hand and I have a big knife in my hand. Okay, so I don't know. I'd be pretty terrified if someone did that to me. And they're like looking at me and they're like, who are you? I'm like, that doesn't matter. What are you doing here? And who are you? As far as I can tell, you shouldn't be here. And like, I don't know where I got this rush of adrenaline and like, I don't know, fearlessness. I was like, I could take these guys. I have a knife. And so like one of them stands up and I like point my knife at it and I'm like, dude, I'm armed. I got a knife here, okay? And like backs up a bit, and he's like, hey kid, don't worry. We're just here for your mother. I'm like, my mother? Who's my mother? And they were like, let's give my mother a name. It was like, Jamie. I'm like, what do you want with Jamie? And they was like, I just need to see her. I was like, for what? And God, I wish I could remember what they said it was for. Something illegal, probably, because my mother likes to do illegal shit. But whatever. So I was like, prove it. Prove it. I was like, show me that you guys aren't carrying any weapons. I was like, they cleared out their pockets, I guess. And I was like, fine. Go. You're going ahead of me, though. And I lead them back, knife in my hand, phone in my other hand. I'm like, go. Keep going. And they get there, and my mom was finally back. And she looked at me, she looked at them, and she was like, Hart, what the hell? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know if they were like you're here to kill her or something. And she was like, no, they're here for me. I was like, oh, well, they told me the truth then. So I was like, my bad, but y'all really scared me. And I was like, it's fine, whatever. And that was the end of that. And I put my knife away, I put my phone back, and they didn't talk to me the rest of that night. I guess I scared them or made them angry or both. I don't know. My mother was like, why do you do these things? I was like, I don't know. Like, if someone scares me or something like that, I go into fight mode. I'm not going down to the fight. So yeah, that was the story of probably the scariest night of my life. Turned into a relatively funny story because it was just, my mom was like, what, why? And the fact that they literally looked like they came off a set of the Pirates of the Caribbean. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this story, guys. More videos coming soon. Probably more stories because I like telling stories. I should do it more. So yeah, get 100 subscribers before the end of April, and I'll dye my hair bright pink. So yeah, other than that, peace out. See you later, fellas.
Another fact, join the chat. Another fact, join the chat. And another fact, join, and another fact, another fact, join the chat.